camera to just, let them see what this is about, the process. Maybe you can talk about it as you're doing it.
Yeah,
Because I
great.
can't see from this side, so I'll just let you go with it.
Okay, great. So what we've done is I'm taking a demo from our presentation. We're going to go through it for the Princess Margaret Hospital Foundation, which is one of the clients that we have on board. So the way they do it is you basically go to their website and you click on Ways to Help. From there, they have a form to fill out for the online donation. We have to put in your name, address, telephone number to get a tax receipt. So that's the way they work it. So you go to their website, you fill it out, and down there's options for debit and credit. So we're the debit option. They select debit, hit continue, and from there they get transferred to our page. Now we've actually branded this for Princess Margaret Hospital. Most clients are usually just using the inner circle piece. We've actually done the branding for them. They select their bank account. In this case, we're going to do Bank Montreal, and they agree to the terms and conditions. Okay.
It's a nice site. I can see it here, so I'm looking over.
Thank you very much.
Nice.
Thank you very much. We mimicked all the other payment solutions. If you look at most of them, there's an accepted interface for credit card and e-wallets and all that other stuff. So we pretty much mimicked the industry acceptable standards. Plus, we put on our own security on top of that. We've become PCI compliant, which is another term for Visa and MasterCard being secure. So anyway, they enter the user IDs and passwords and they hit continue. In the background, we go in and sign on behalf of the client and retrieve the account information. And then they can select which account, checking, savings, whatever they have allowed to make payments. Once they hit the account, they hit confirm. And in the background, we actually go and process the payment and get the confirmation number. From there, we can actually now tell the merchant, the seller, that the payment is accepted and that the payment will come in 2 or 3 days, but we've already got the confirmation for it. And from there, we issue it goes on to the online bank account, so it comes out in real time. And we issue receipts for both the buyer and the seller. And it's that simple. We've had guys set up in 15 minutes.
That's excellent.
Yeah, there's no excuse for any online seller not to have used my bank because it's free to sign up and you can integrate it in as little as 15 minutes and start accepting payments from all those customers that are just waiting for you.
Yeah, we talked, Brian, you were talking there at break in regards to people who can't get a Visa or can't get a MasterCard.
Well, there's many people out there, 30 to 40% of consumers don't have Visa or MasterCard. And there's also another group of people that don't feel comfortable giving merchants their Visa or MasterCard number. Remember we were talking before about the halo effect. Some merchants on the internet, they may not give you that feeling, so giving them your credit card number makes you feel like you could be exposed. With Use My Bank, one of the nice features of it is that it's completely private and anonymous, so that when you make a payment to a merchant, that merchant only gets to know that you paid, not where you paid from or how you paid or any information about you. There is no information passed to the merchant, only the confirmation. And that's all the merchant really wants, to know that they're going to get paid, and that's what we do. We confirm it and get those funds for them.
What's been the biggest obstacles that you both had in creating this business and this whole union and what you developed? Because again, as entrepreneurs, we come up to obstacles. It's the way that we look at it. Do we reframe it and look at the positive, or do we, of course you went on and you're successful.
I think the biggest thing is changing mindsets.
Okay.
Because I was in the industry back in 1990 when they first came up with using your ATM card at these debit terminals.
Long time ago.
And everybody's like, what? I can't use my ATM card at a debit terminal. I'm going to give them my PIN. And so it was a whole mind shift. Banks were promoting it like crazy, giving out free access. Here's your card. You don't even have to pay anything. Go on, use it. To the point where in '96 to 2000, they did, or 2004, they did almost 3 billion transactions through the network. So the challenge is just getting past that, getting past the changing mindset, saying there is a new way, there is a better way, and that's what really we're about, is changing mindsets.
It's like, could you imagine going into a store and you're at the checkout, and just when you go to checkout, they tell you that they only accept Visa and MasterCard. They accept no cash and no debit. They'd be out of business. Well, many websites have that same problem. They're just accepting credit cards. They just don't realize that this option is available to them. So really, half of Canada has been left out of the e-commerce bonanza. And what we're doing is we're just saying, here's another way that you can pay. You can choose credit cards, you can choose debit cards, but at the end of the day, our advice to all merchants is take as many forms of payments online that you're comfortable with, and you're going to expand your customer base, you're going to make more money, more profit.
And how does your company, because again we talked about this earlier, give back to community. Because for me, for a company, and it's part of the show, is that we all make a difference. How do you make a difference from your companies and your personal lives?
Well, from my perspective, I always like giving back into the internet community because I've grown up in it, and I feel like a child from the get-go. I've been there since day one.
I like that word, get-go.
From the get-go. So I've been involved in the Canadian Association of Technology and CATA Alliance, which is the Technology Alliance, and also the Society of Internet Professionals, where we give people the opportunity to learn from experienced internet entrepreneurs or internet people on things that worked, things that didn't work, to the point where every once in a while I do seminars and presentations for the Society of Internet Professionals. With CATA, I participate in some of the discussions and trying to figure out how to set the new technology trends for the payment industry. We also get approached by the Canadian Payments Association and people within the financial services arena to give them an idea of how payments work in Canada and worldwide. So I'm always looking at associations. So
That's great.
That's one of the things that I like giving back is through the association.
Plus, we also, when we first started, we focused on the charity, online charities, which a number of years ago started accepting payments, online donations with credit cards. And I thought that if I would endeavor to make those types of companies aware that their support base could make online debit payments, that I'd be helping those charities literally increase their sales. So we've been fortunate to have great success there, and companies like Princess Margaret Hospital have seen the difference firsthand with their supporters.
That's great.
Yeah.
There's so many great causes out there. Princess Margaret's one of them.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Where do you see yourself going in the next 5 years? Because in the technology business, it's moving so fast and changes all the time. We have about 2 minutes left, so if I can hear that from both of you, where you see that vision of your company.
I'd love to talk about it.
Go ahead.
This is what I like to tell people, is that we are building the world's largest online payment company by aggregating and joining all the online banks in the world. For our international sellers, we believe, just like in the real world today, that debit and cash are the preferred payment methods. We believe that the internet will be that way too. And we cannot see another way where more customers can be under one button. So that's our goal, is to, excuse me, to try to join as many online banks together for the sellers. And in turn, we'll have most of the major online buyers out there too using our network.
So this year we have 3 activities. Number 1 is finding more partners for going outside of Canada and U.S., expanding into Europe and Latin America, Asia, Australia. Number 2, our advanced fraud prevention system. We want to build that even more robust. The 26 rules are just what we figured out. Between the time when we actually developed the or came up with the idea and developed it, we have another 20 rules that we can use. So just keep building our fraud system, and just keep building the network through our resellers and through the payment processors.
Sounds wonderful. Well, I wish you continued success. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks very much for
Bye.
having
Thank
us
you,
on your
Joseph.
show. And
You're
don't forget
welcome.
to come to our site, usemybank.com.
Thank you. What does a commercial law firm and a debt company, recovery company, have in creating a new niche in business? Stay tuned and find out more.
Great.
Lots of information learning.
More-